Apologies that this video is a few days late. I usually keep the life and channel updates for the end of the video and get straight into the topic, but this is ultimately why this video is a few days late, because I am packing for Florida. I'll be going on a Florida trip, starting tomorrow by the time you're seeing this. I'm recording this on Thursday and uploading this on Friday, but I'll be in Florida for a week, seeing my grandmother. I will be with my father as well. It should be a great time, and that also means this channel will probably be completely dead for like a week or two. I don't know. Maybe I'll upload something while I'm at Florida. Who knows? But more likely, I'm not going to be uploading anything for the next week, and you'll probably see content from me the week afterwards. I don't know. But anyways, let's finally get into what this video is about. Derek Chauvin was found guilty for all of the charges he was faced with. Second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. It was truly a fucking glorious 420 this year. Holy shit. I was honestly not expecting really much to come from the Derek Chauvin trial, or at the very least a very disappointing outcome, because we've seen this time and time again. Cops unjustly kill minorities, and they get off essentially mostly scot-free. And I really did think the same would happen with Chauvin, and I know this isn't over yet, there's still sentencing, but can we at least have this? Can we at least celebrate for now that Chauvin was actually found guilty on all three charges he was faced with? Because I was certainly not expecting that at all, and holy shit, people are celebrating, and they should celebrate because this guy is an evil piece of fucking shit. But I also want to smear shit in the faces of all the people who denounced the protesters and rioters this past summer, saying what they were doing was a net negative, nothing will come of what they're doing. I've even seen some smug as fuck right-wingers say, I can't wait to see the snowflake meltdown when Derek Chauvin is acquitted, which, first and foremost, which is it? Are the left special snowflake crybabies, or are they evil terrorists like you were painting them as this past summer? Because you kinda can't have it both ways. You can't ascribe a label to a whole group of people when it's most convenient for you, because you kinda sorta have to be consistent, which, who am I kidding? I'm asking conservatives to be consistent, silly me. But anyways, what the fuck do you have to say now? Oh wait, I know what you're saying. You're saying Derek Chauvin did not receive a fair trial. You're saying the jury was intimidated by BLM. You're pulling anything straight out of your ass to cope with this outcome, and I so fucking love to see it. But yes, I will ascribe some credit to the protesters and rioters, because without them, George Floyd would not be a name that still resonates with people nearly a year after his death, and it's thanks to them that they never let this injustice fly. Regardless of which side you're on, George Floyd's death has remained fresh in your mind because of the subsequent protests following his death. Many people in this country have made it very clear that they are sick of the injustices the police force carries out on marginalized communities. They're sick of marginalized communities being routinely attacked by these agents of the state who are only out there to oppress. And if that video of George Floyd slowly dying did not go viral and people did not protest the fuck out of this injustice, we likely would not be seeing the outcome that occurred on 420. Chauvin probably would have gotten away with it, because let's think, prior to the internet age, how many other George Floyds were there that we don't even know about, that were swept under the rug? Black people that were killed unjustly because, oh no, they were resisting arrest, or any other bullshit excuse people want to pull out of their asses. Probably not, but now that we all have high quality cameras in our pockets, our phones, we are able to capture these injustices as they happen for all of the world to see. We are finally able to put these scumbag pigs on blast and show people that the cops really aren't there to protect and serve, but rather oppress the marginalized, because that's exactly what the state wants. And say what you will about riots, I'm not arguing that riots are inherently a good thing, and I don't think anyone really argues that riots are necessarily a good thing as they result from routine oppression from the state, but they kind of sort of do have to happen. Sometimes peaceful protest just doesn't cut it. And I'm not trying to say the peaceful protesters during the whole BLM movement of the summer were useless. I took part in some of those. They certainly helped make voices heard, but what made voices even more heard were the rioters. These people especially were tired of the conditions we live under in this country, because many of the people who participate in the riots are the ones who live in communities that are at the brunt of continued systemic oppression. These people are simply simply saying enough is enough. They're putting their foot down because they were so tired of being racially profiled by the police or seeing their peers racially profiled by the police or even gunned down by the police. These people are tired of being dealt a shitty hand in life just based on the color of their skin, and they're finally uprising against the system that oppresses them. How many times do you have to be kicked in the face before you fight back? Because I'm tired of all these privileged ass motherfuckers saying, just follow the law, obey the law, stop rioting. You're an outsider looking in. You do not know the lives of these people. You do not know what they have to face in their day-to-day lives. So stop being so fucking judgmental and understand why the fuck people are rioting. Again, rioting is not inherently a good thing, nor am I arguing that, but you have to understand why they fucking happen. And if the system wasn't rigged against these people, you wouldn't be seeing riots in the street and everything will be sunshine and rainbows like you want it to be. But anyways, thank you Direct Action for helping Derek Chauvin be found guilty and relentlessly working to make sure that Derek Chauvin does not get away with it and justice is finally served in this case, or at least about as much justice that can be served in a case like this, because at the end of the day, George Floyd was still unjustly murdered, and nothing will bring back George Floyd, but at least his family can finally be a little bit at peace for now that Derek Chauvin was found guilty, but now we have to wait for sentencing. But for now, let's celebrate this rather small victory because, well, at the end of the day, we still live in a fucked up system, but let's take this for what it is and be happy that, for once, in the realm of current events, something good happened. And again, thanks to all the people who made their voices heard, be it through peaceful protest or riots, they still made their voices heard and let it be known that much of this country is fucking sick of the routine oppression that marginalized communities face. And police brutality will no longer be tolerated and met with silence. Anyway, Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.